Hey there, good people. This is Josh with Lappin Bookkeeping Services, and today we are back with another installment in our Do-It-Yourself series for QuickBooks. And today we're going to be going over another segment on how to actually get your QuickBooks account set up. So in previous videos, I've kind of demonstrated some good options for QuickBooks. And we can kind of look at that a little more, but I just wanted to get you started onto the next step for getting signed up for QuickBooks. So just to reiterate, the material that I'm going to be covering is going to be geared towards real estate, people in the real estate industry, as well as people in the child care industry. However, this information can be used for other people in service industries. So just making sure you understand that going forward. So if you look at the top at our URL here, we're at quickbooks.intuit.com. This is kind of where you go to get started with your sign up process to actually get the product. So there's a lot of different things available here. You can kind of play around and look and see what might interest you. Products and features, it just goes over all the different things that QuickBooks offers for small businesses. And QuickBooks does kind of tailor towards small businesses. And then if we go to the middle section and you click on that, this is our plans and pricing, which is what we covered in the last video. So, we went over the different features of each of these. And if you want to learn more about that, just go to that previous video and check it out. But today, what I wanted to do is actually go through the process of showing you how to get this set up if it's something that you want to do on your own. So depending on the kind of industry that you're in, if you're doing, and it also depends on the level or kind of where your business is at. If you're doing a daycare, childcare facility and you just have one location, you may be able to start with a simple start or an essentials. For real estate investors, if you're just an agent, you can probably either do simple start or essentials as well. However, if you're a real estate investor and you own multiple properties, I definitely recommend getting the Plus plan because of the ability to class. And if you are into the childcare space and you have more than one location, I definitely recommend getting the Plus as well. So simple start, I would say, again, just to reiterate from the previous video, this is kind of like sole proprietor, very small business, one person. Essentials, this is where you're starting to get into a slightly larger business where you might have a couple employees, a little bit more advanced operations. This is where you're getting into your well-developed or more complex kind of business models here. And then you have the advanced, which is the highest offering available for QuickBooks Online. Most people can probably benefit from the Plus. Advanced is just the ability to do a lot more things, a lot more features. So let's go ahead and choose this. But before we do, just make sure you understand the terms. This is a free trial for 30 days, which means you have 30 days to decide if you like it or not. And then if you continue, you will get 50% off for 3 months, which is $45 a month. However, just keep in mind that at the end of that 3 months, you're going to be going to $90 a month. So watch those credit card charges. All right. So then we're going to just choose this plan here. And then they're going to ask you if you want to get payroll. Obviously, if it's just you, you don't need payroll. If you do want to get payroll, QuickBooks does have the payroll service. It's pretty good. overall, there's some pros to it, and some cons as well, of course. But that's something we can cover in a different video. But for now, we're just going to hit continue without payroll. And then you get into your fun things here where you'd have to enter in your information. So I'm just going to populate that really quickly. All right, then it runs through its little thing. It takes a minute. It's running the setup here. All right, so this is where once you sign up, it's going to run like a little wizard just to kind of get you help set up here. So you just kind of go through the steps. We'll just make up a name here. This is going to be all right, then we hit next. It's going to ask you some questions. Depending, it really doesn't matter what you choose. I would say, just hit the first one. It's fine. Say yes, then you just answer the questions. I want to run this business. And this is going to kind of ask you some things about how you process payments and stuff like that. If we're going through the hypothetical example of a real estate company, you're probably going to do some recurring billing, perhaps online credit card payments, probably check or cash, bank transfers, share links. Honestly, most businesses are going to do a little bit of all of these. Same thing if you have a daycare. All these would apply as well. So we just said that and hit next. Then you just give some general idea of your business, time of business. Is it an LLC? For real estate, a lot of times it is. How is the business set up for taxes? A couple of different choices here. Sole proprietor means it's only one person running the company. Partnership means there's more than one. There's two or more, of course. There's more nuances to that, but for now, we're just going to get into this. And then S Corp is a small corporation. So probably a lot of people will be in this, but if you're in the other ones, it's fine. Just select that. What it's going to do is it's going to use that information to kind of set up your chart of accounts, which we'll see here in a minute. So let's see, real estate. It gives you some weirdly weird options, but we're going to say lessors of other real estate property. Unless you're an agent. If you're an agent, then you would choose some of the other things. More than likely, you're going to be the owner, possibly the bookkeeper, accountant, or both. Who works at this business? Could be a combination of different things. Most of the time for real estate business, it's probably going to be something like this. In your case, if you're doing this as do-it-yourself, is going to be no. But we are going to offer the option to have some help as well if you would like it. So whichever way you answer the questions on these, it's not going to break your QuickBooks in the long run. Anything you select here and it kind of pre-populates, you can undo it or change it. So you don't have to worry about getting these questions perfect. This is just more of an idea of what you can get into here. All right, so QuickBooks does have an offering where you can kind of partner with live bookkeepers if that's something you're interested in. Since we're doing it yourself, though, we're going to hit no and continue. If you have apps that you use, you can go ahead and connect them now. You can also connect them later as well. So, but they're just giving you the option for this. So we're going to skip that for now. What do you want QuickBooks to do? If we're running a real estate business, what will we want QuickBooks to do? Probably accept payments, possibly track invoices, track receipted expenses. Probably not much on this side. You may use estimates. Probably not very much. You might want to use it for bill pay. You could use it to track teams time, track sales, track mileage and deductions. So we'll continue. Let's see, get ready to invoice, track expenses and receipts. This is probably more important actually than getting ready to invoice. So they're going to give you the option to link some accounts here, which is something we'll need to do. We can go over that in a different video. We can hit skip for now. We're just trying to get to this wizard. How do you track receipts now? Probably something like this. This is going to give you the links to download the QuickBooks app, which I highly suggest you do. It's really good for mileage tracking and receipt management. Or if you need to create an invoice on the go, it's really great for that. So I highly recommend that you install that app on your phone. We'll hit next. Just run into a little wizard. If you want us to go ahead and set up invoices, you can. It's kind of a lot for somebody just getting into it, so I probably just would hit skip for now. And again, suggest you get the app for things like that. Now they're going to actually set up your QuickBooks account. So hit let's go. And now you're into your company finally. So once you get in, you can play around a little bit and just kind of see where things are at and go from there. So this is just kind of a, the overview screen of what you're going to see when you first log in. One thing I would suggest that you do as soon as you get in is if you go to this gear icon at the top and you go to your accounts and settings, it's going to give you some options here. And this company option, I would go ahead and fill out the information here. I would fill out the legal name, your EIN, your tax information. And you definitely want to make sure you get that industry set up too, because for some industries you can actually track data. So what QuickBooks will do is it'll pull data from everybody who selects the industry type, like lessors of other real estate property, and it'll kind of give you a comparison against your peers. So there's some really cool reports that you can run with QuickBooks and kind of compare where your company is at compared to other people in your size of business and industry. So definitely get that filled out. And just finish filling out all this other stuff, the names and addresses, things like that. So then you hit done, and you will have successfully set up your QuickBooks Online account.